Welcome to Health Triangle, a channel for health and healing, educational, informational, and training approach. Hello, my name is Minu. I'm an entrepreneur, holistic healing alchemist, organic skincare expert, and the author of Nature's Secrets for Health and Beauty. I believe in energy, frequency, and the spirit. Ultimately, I recognize the body as one interconnected biosystem. I give my praise, my glory, and my honor to my angel, my Archangel Gabriel. God gave him power. Then he added that power along with the streak of gratitude, gratefulness, and reminding me to be constantly in the moment and to be present. I add this conscious power and authority to my life, and my will reminds me of my own power as Archangel Gabriel delivers the word of God as he is the messenger of God. Stay tuned. I look forward to sharing the stories and lessons of my painful spiritual life journey with you on this channel. The story of my physical, mental, and spiritual battles, as well my discovery of my power to heal pains. Stay tuned. For over 30 years, I fought a constant battle with karmic negative energies, battles that I never expected to endure, battles that were diligently and intentionally planned, plotted, and orchestrated by enemies and karmic negative energies, aiming at the destruction of my entire being. I was constantly in hardships, facing chaos, obstacles, and stagnation for every plan that I would make. I was tormented spiritually and full of grief and pessimistic as I was constantly fighting to overcome or remove difficult obstacles that were thrown on my way to block me from moving forward toward my goals and success. By no means I had no support of any kind or from anybody. I was just fighting those unseen dark negative forces. Not only did no one understand my pains and struggles, but also I was often judged or misjudged by my own sibling members, relative members, friends, and the list goes on. Eventually, I came to realize that I really had to defend and protect my mind, body, and spirit by setting healthy boundaries and isolating myself from their energies. I prayed hard to the divine, as the divine was the only one that I could trust. He would see my pain and hear my voice. Not only would the divine not judge me, but he would also give me strength and power to filter out the negativities that I endured, dealing with those dark unseen forces that had caused me a great deal of physical, mental, and spiritual drainage. Breaks after breaks were thrown at me to break my faith and spirit to give up. I knew that I should surrender to the divine, have more faith and trust that the divine would give me strength to stand tall amidst any storms in my life, victorious from the hands of the evil and wicked. For many ongoing years, I struggled to reach my goals and prayed for righteousness. One day, as I was supplicating to the divine to heal my broken heart, I heard a voice whispering in my ear and giving me strength and power to move forward. I felt layers of my fears and pain started to peeling off as I forged a powerful and strong bond between me and the divine and Archangel Gabriel. My connection with Archangel Gabriel had become so strong that I would feel his presence as soon as I called him for comfort. I learned to let go of resentment as I was receiving prophetic messages in my dreams that my life has a divine purpose. Eventually, I realized that all my battles were divinely orchestrated for the purposes of my own self-discovery. to learn of capabilities I was previously unaware of, and all divinely given talents, gifts, skills, and unconditional love. Despite all the pains and suffering I endured, I never desired or sought revenge. Never. My only weapons were my prayers to the divine. Soon I accepted the journey for what it was, as much as it was painful. I embraced all its challenges, downturns and downfalls, pain and suffering, obstacles, stagnations, bullies, because I realized that it was intended to teach me many valuable lessons, many spiritual lessons and discernment that I needed to learn. In fact, I gained so much on this journey. I learned to turn my pain into power. Power for positive energies. Power to love people even more. Power to understand and care for others. Power to offer empathy and unconditional love. I went through darkness, dark tunnels, and dark paths in search of where the true light was. I encountered and faced dark energies and evil beings to find out who I truly am. This divinely orchestrated journey was meant to unleash my spiritual power. It was meant to wake up my spirit even more. It was meant to transmit my energy into an awakening. Awakening to another aspect of myself, to another part of my consciousness, to another truth about myself, that I was much more powerful than what I thought, and led me to my current path. I knew that I'd been chosen by the divine. Therefore, I should see things from the divine perspective, a higher perspective. As I outgrew dark energies, my anger vanished. Letting go of resentment and anger enabled me to learn such powerful and beautiful lessons. I was grateful for the obstacles that I had to overcome, and I used all the bricks that were thrown at me to build an empire. I learned my lessons and I started focusing to be the greatest person that I could ever be. Then I realized that I did not want to carry my past baggages anymore, because I knew the divine was watching me as I navigated my current path and equipped the power to heal. During those years of battling with the heavy physical and mental burdens, I suffered stomach pains and inflammation, which often kept me up all night. Sometimes the fear of getting a stomach bloating would make me go without food for days. My doctor diagnosed me with no medical issues, but recommended taking medications. The fact that I've never believed in modern drugs, and I knew that my gastro problem was spiritual attacks, not the medical issue. Then I instead formulated herbal remedy to take daily, just to suppress my gastro trauma. One night, as I was sitting in my bed, miserable with stomach discomfort and desperate from sleeplessness, the pressure in my stomach was so hard that it made me to start sobbing and choking. My room was dark, just a dim nightlight. I began to pray to the divine to heal me. As I was praying, a powerful light that was coming into my room caught my attention. Nothing unusual about seeing light, since I had seen them before many times. However, this particular night, the illumination, the power, And the energy of the light was so different. As I was analyzing the power of that light in my mind, suddenly I felt a powerful warmth of energy through my hands and my body. Immediately I felt that energy penetrate and dissolved all the blockages in my intestine and alleviated the pressure. My hands were very warm. I continued transferring the energy from my hands into my stomach and intestine area. And within a short time, I fell into a very peaceful sleep. The following day, I still felt that energy in my hands and feeling very excited about it. I prayed and I continued using my hand energy in my gastro area and I felt immediate relief. I continued using my hand energy daily to control my stomach issues that had caused me a great deal of insomnia. As I discovered that the power in my hands can really miraculously heal me, I made that technique to become my daily routine for all my issues. Then I realized that night, the energy that went through my hands and my body was the light that came through my room and the power that healed me. It was all divinely orchestrated. It was all intended to fully enlighten and heal me and empower me to heal. God promises no weapon forms against his servants shall prosper. Every tongue that rises against his servants shall condemn. The divine says, touch not my chosen ones and do my prophets no harm. If the divine chooses you, it's because the divine plans to use you. Before the divine uses you, he will purify you. There may be many tests, trials, and tribulations during the period of purifications. Just to let you know, the road for those trials are very bumpy. You may face many harrowing experiences, many ups and downs, pain and sufferings, downturns and downfalls, obstacles and challenges. Usually people, materials, and places are used for your tests and trials. You will not reach your divine destination if you don't learn the lessons or if you don't pass the tests. It is not easy to be patient on God's timing. Let me tell you with my experience, the time itself is such powerful and wonderful teacher and a healer. The trials and tribulations that I faced was only to promote me. It was only for my own self-worth and spiritual growth. The enemies had times of targeting me, plotting against me, gossiping about me, blocking me from moving forward. However, it was all from a distance. They really could never touch me. Even the devil knows that. He wanted me to stop hoping and believe that my dreams were impossible and unrealistic. He wanted me to become so stressed that I would forget the power of God. I believe when the devil was testing my faith through his agent, God was also teaching me about what it all was. Then I learned, when I continued to be sustained and secured, it wasn't those relationships, finances, nor materials that would keep me secured. It was all God.
Sometimes it would take having no one or nothing to know that we have everything. We have everything through God. Once our waiting season is over, we will finally see the power of God. I know the enemy is one of the tragedy for me. God turned it around as a testimony. My testimony comes from the tragedy that God turned it around in my favor. I was able to see the power of God through my hardships, difficulties, turbulences, obstacles that I was facing. It was during my trials and tribulations that the divine was building and developing me, molding and shaping me into a powerful being. The divine wanted me to grow and transform. Now I feel more evolved, mature, wiser, knowledgeable, more experienced, powerful, grounded, cautious, and responsible, because the grace of God was upon me. Nobody knew that I was going through heavy trials and tribulations because I didn't carry the spirit of misfortune or heartbreak. I was able to overcome those hardships and difficulties because of the strength that God poured in me. The enemies wanted to see me in shame. Not only humiliation, rumors and gossips did not find me. God also covered me, helped me out by putting divine strength into me. I received all my transformation, emotional, mental, and spiritual progressions. The lessons that we get from our trials and tribulations is all about spiritual growth and progression, not the regression. You know, despite all those dirty plots and the devilish weapons, all those agents of devil, the obstacles that were sent on my way to sabotage me, to harm me, to block me from moving forward, or even to get rid of me, I am still standing here. Thankful to God, I am healthy, prosperous, and in peace. Not only that, I am chosen to be a vessel for God to carry His love, light, and peace on the earth. This is how it works with God when you walk with faith and trust. When I find out that I have healing energy in my hands, I started using it for all kinds of pain, including spiritual attacks. In fact, I used my hand energy several times on my mom before she passed. She loved the results, she said. I used it on my own close friends and private clients in addressing varied health issues, such as physical and emotional, and the results were phenomenal. I also practiced my hand energy to remove dark negative forces. The results were positive as well. I've been using and practicing hand energy healing privately because I didn't feel the timing was right to share my divinely gifted energy publicly. However, for the past at least 12 months, I see visions, dreams, and universal signs and messages that this is the time that I start my divine mission and let my voice be heard. Today, I want my voice to be heard globally. I want my messages to be sent globally. I want my healing lights, positive energy, and divine love, light, and peace energies to be distributed globally. I am sure you are here for a reason. I am sending my message to those who are suffering from dark, negative, unseen forces. There are many people out there that have suffered the way I did. whether they are aware of these kinds of energies or not, or if they believe in it or not, whether they're seeking solution for it or not. Suffering from negative, dark, unseen forces can cause physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, or even financial pains and difficulties. These pains are hidden and hard to prove. Doctors or medical evaluations do not recognize these pains. But the good news is that the health triangles are available. I want my message to reach to every single one of you. I want my message to be heard and sent to every single one on this earth, that you have the power to heal yourself. You have the power in your hands, and you have the power in your mind to heal yourself, regardless of your issues, whether physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual in origin.
If you're listening to this message, it's because you're chosen to be healed from any pains, as well guided through any difficulties that you may be facing. By making a commitment to listen to my divinely orchestrated life journey and the prayers, you are making a divine choice to surround yourself the divine healing light and guidance to shift and unlock your spiritual power to remove any obstacles that are blocking you from moving forward toward your goals and success. You may also inbox me if you desire to be trained on how to recognize the signs and the symptoms of being attacked or targeted by dark energy forces, and how to protect and free yourself from those energies.